Chad in Dayton, Ohio. Hey, Chad, what's up?
Tom, how are you?
Good. What's on your mind?
Well, I'm just curious. I am a Republican. I'll be voting for Mitt Romney in 3 weeks' time, and so but I respect different opinions. But I'm just curious. I hear the demonizing of Romney, but I don't hear any sort of kind of vetting of what the president has done the last 4 years. I hear a lot of talk about Bush, compare Bush to Clinton, and those type things. But we have 4 years of this president and $6 trillion in debt that we have on the books. But I'm just curious where the ideas are on how things will be different the next 4 years than they've been these past 4 years.
Okay, well, Obama has given us the largest middle-class tax cut in history. He saved Chrysler. He saved GM. We went from losing 800,000 jobs a month under the Bush-Romney kind of plan to now 40, I think it is, straight months of net job creation in the private sector. If you took the 600,000 jobs that have been laid off, people who have been laid off or fired in the Republican states by Republican governors, and added those back in, unemployment would be down below 7%. He's increased education spending. He's taken the student loan business out of the hands of the banksters, and who were, by the way, being 100% guaranteed by the government, and said, this is silly. If we're going to guarantee it, why are they making a profit off it? And that freed up an additional $60 billion to give out to people as student loans. The Republicans are trying to roll that back in Congress. He strengthened our hate crimes laws. The Affordable Care Act, I think, is a big deal. It's a huge deal. It's insane that we're the only country in the developed world that doesn't provide health care to all of our employees. Even Mitt Romney took that position as governor of Massachusetts, and for years thereafter. He expanded the child health program. He enforced the child labor laws. He reformed Wall Street. He reformed credit card laws. I mean, I can give you a long list. He ended predatory lending to the troops. He started paying the troops for stop-loss time. George Bush wouldn't do that. He stopped torture. He increased spending on the Veterans Administration. He's allowing women to serve on submarines. You get equal pay for women. Lilly Ledbetter. Nuclear arms reduction and disposal. BP got BP to agree to a $20 billion cleanup. He strengthened the EPA. He's got the 9/11 responders health care funded, which the Republicans were fighting. These are all positive things. I'm curious why you would be voting for Mitt Romney.
That's a great list that you have there, but yet I thought he was going to cut the deficit in half. I thought unemployment was going to be under 5% at this point in time. People in the state of Ohio...
Those were not things that President Obama said.
Yeah.
Those are things that the people on Fox say that President Obama said that were being said by people who are Democrats or in the administration. Chad, let me finish a sentence here. Those are things that were being said by the surrogates, but nonetheless, the administration themselves will tell you. Jared Bernstein will tell you. He was, I met with the guy a year into the administration. He was the guy who wrote the recovery plan that got us out of a Great Depression and just turned it into a recession. That when they first came into office, they didn't realize how bad it was because it hadn't been seen by anybody who was alive. The last time we had a complete collapse of the financial sector was in 1929. There was nobody alive left over from that who really knew what was going on. And so what they did is, there were some of us who were saying it ain't enough. I mean, you got Paul Krugman, a Nobel Prize-winning economist, saying you've got a $2.7 trillion, $3 trillion hole blown in the side of the economy by 30 years of Reaganomics and Bush policies and the deregulation of the financial sector, and you're going to try and patch that with the $700 billion stimulus, 0.7 trillion. It's not going to work. You're going to stop the bleeding, but you're not going to repair the economy. So you're not going to get it back to 4 or 5% unemployment.
Let me understand your argument then. When President Obama sat on the Today Show with Matt Lauer and said, if I don't turn this around in 4 years, this is a one-term...
He has turned it around. He has turned it around. He radically turned it around. We went from losing 800,000 jobs a month to 40 straight months of job growth.
I was very polite in letting you finish. I'm just trying to make a point, and it's your show, and you can go back to it at that point. He said unemployment would be under 5%. If we just... So he didn't understand how grave the situation is.
And for all but 2 months and 1 day of his presidency, the Republicans have been filibustering. They've had a majority in the Senate, or more than 60 votes in the Senate. They have successfully filibustered over 300 times. I gotta tell you an amazing story about Harry Reid right after this.
You're listening to the Thom Hartmann Program. Visit ThomHartmann.com for audio and video archives.
I mean, it's not like there wasn't a shortage. A year ago, the president put forward a Jobs Act that would have dropped unemployment by at least 1.5 points. The Republicans filibustered it over and over and over again. The Republicans have been filibustering these things.